I hear 1. Are we still going? 9, 8, 7.
I'm gonna get some music queued up just for him.
There it is. yeah. Guys, I'm listening to a killer jam in my ears right now.
You know what? I didn't check to see if my smooth, dulcet voice was ready for this. Hold on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. That's all you get.
That was not smooth or dulcet.
Get out of here.
It was neither.
Get out of here.
Neither. I will take none of the above.
Take your Lion King shirt and get out of here.
Hey, so instead, but it's Lying, Lion King. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you're lying.
Right. So hey, we're doing a sponsor this week. Let's do the Kazoo Whisker Crew.
Kazoo Whisker
Just
Crew.
mention them because we spent the week with them.
We did. Well, we spent a day.
Yeah.
We spent a day
with one of them.
With one. That's true.
So I over-exaggerated everything.
We've only met one. We don't even know. Well, except for the fact that we have a very calendar.
Yeah.
You put in your own adjective.
Own adjective,
We have a very calendar of a lot of them.
Is bonerific?
We've only met one.
Is bonerific an adjective?
If you got a boner about that, you might have some questions.
I have a boner to pick with you. But anyway, go ahead. So no, it's Kalamazoo Whisker Crew.
We did
Kazoo Whisker
We
Crew.
did our shortest 5K ever.
Yeah.
Because we realized that if you go through a gate that isn't closed,
Yeah.
there's a whole nother level track.
You can avoid the dunes.
We went on maybe an eighth of one dune.
Yeah.
Still got sand.
It was good. Well, one of us, and it wasn't one of us in this room, was recovering from pneumonia.
One of us
So-
literally sounded like he was moving up with George in the east side.
Right, yeah.
He
was
sounded
definitely
wheezy.
Definitely wheezy. So, but yeah, so we did that. Now, I got to be honest. I had...
Kazoo Whisker Crew. I think they have merch. Check them out.
They do.
Look it up. K,
yeah.
letter K, Zoo, Whisker Crew.
Yeah, look them up. Tell Eric we said hey.
Yeah, you use someone's first name.
Yeah, tell him I said hey. All right? It's Williamson.
Wait,
we always call him
Is he
Williamson.
dying?
Yeah. Wait
Do we have to pour one out for him at the end?
No, because he made it.
That's true.
I mean, we assume he's still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
And hey,
Oh, and
just for legality purposes, we were never there. We were never in
there.
the woods.
We were never in the woods.
Okay.
And that
we never saw him.
That upturned dirt was like that when we were there.
Yeah, it was there. Yeah, it was like that. Yeah.
We went to a different restaurant this time because it was a Sunday,
Oh yeah.
and the Roadhouse was not open.
It was closed. Yeah.
But we did go to the bakery. We messed with, what was her name? Starts with an H.
I don't know. She was,
Haley. I want to say Haley.
I think you're right.
Oh, Williamson got to see this for the first time. We sat down. We ordered breakfast.
Oh geez.
Because it was a 7 to 3 place.
Yeah.
And Damon said, "Would it be okay if I order B&G as an appetizer?"
But I didn't ask.
Not for the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you didn't ask.
I'm going to get an appetizer.
Oh yeah.
But not for the table.
Yeah, but not for the table.
So don't bring anything.
Yeah.
to
So there is a second witness. This is what Damon does. He orders B&G as an appetizer, not to share.
share. Right.
And they have weird math there. A half order was $8. A full order was $9. And she said, "You want a full or half?" He's like, "What? Why are we even talking about this?"
Yeah. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah. I'm like, do you think I'm not good at math?
Same way, Mac. Short stack, $8. Full stack of pancakes, $9.
So I contest that they step on them and they squish them down.
Yes, you said that was how they shorten the
They
stack.
either smash them.
Now,
Yeah.
I have a boner to pick with you.
Got you.
I asked for 8 pieces of toast.
Yes.
I only got 7 pieces of toast because someone needed an egg pusher.
It was a pusher.
Yeah.
I got a skillet.
No, you
I got a skillet.
You defined why you took it. Now, here's
Okay.
what happened. I said, they made me go first. I said, "I want this." She said, "What kind of potatoes?" Now, when Damon orders them, they're going to be potatoes. But what kind of potatoes do you want? And I said, "I don't need the potatoes." And then we got to Damon. Immediately, he said, "I'll take his potatoes."
Right. Yeah. I'll take the skillet.
I want the skillet. I want the skillet that has everything in it, but don't put any of these vegetables in it. I basically want a meat lover skillet. Please take a note for the chef. Why isn't there just one on this menu? Also, I would like his potatoes.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "What toast do you want?" He kind of paused, and I'll take his toast.
Yeah, because I didn't really want toast.
So he's like, "What kind of toast do you want?" I said, "White toast." Because they
Yeah.
only had 3 options. I would have gone sourdough.
Right.
Small place.
Yeah.
But we know there's a good bakery right up the road. We could have
For
tuned
sure.
him into that. Anyway, so they come out. Now, it's 4 pieces of toast they cut in half. That's 8 slices. I don't like how restaurants do that. That's the kind of math I don't like.
Right.
I like an extra buck. You get a whole extra half of an order. I
Right.
don't like you. Anyway, he immediately sits down. He looks at the skillet. He looks at me. He looks at the toast. He looks at the skillet. He just takes one. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to need one of those. I need to push it." So then the waitress came by and I said, "I have a complaint." She said, "What?" I said, "I only have 7 pieces of toast because he took one as a pusher."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's true.
Bro, oh yeah, it wasn't a lie.
It
was not a Lion King,
with
man.
sunny side up eggs on top of it. And so when you cut the eggs up, it gets all runny and stuff. You got to have a pusher. You know what I mean? So you got to have that. So so I commandeered one of his pieces of toast for a pusher, which then worked as a bowl sponge at the end. When I did finish my breakfast, however, I was challenged initially.
Oh yeah, tell this story. This is great.
Okay, so this was kind of ignorant, and I don't know why people are ignorant to me because I'm very lovable. But what happens is when I go, we go to order and I go, I want the meat liver skillet. I said, but I want sunny side up eggs. They want to put 2 eggs on it. I'm like, that's rookie. I want 4 eggs. So I have them do that, right? So she goes, you gonna eat all that? That's seriously what she says. You're gonna eat all that? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna. Not only did I eat all that, I was the first one done. I was done. I had an appetizer.
Well, that didn't count. That didn't come out.
No, but I'm saying I already had a warm up. I had a base.
So yeah,
I had a base.
There it is. There's your excuse, everyone. He had already warmed up.
Yeah, I had a base.
I had to warm up. Also, I had to pour one out for my piece of toast.
Oh yeah.
Then I had to dress my toast.
Yeah.
Like your stuff was all ready to go.
You also had to dress those eggs because.
Oh yeah. Hey, but everyone, and this is me. I'll admit to it.
Yeah.
If you don't realize that the hot sauce is a flip top.
Yeah.
And you unscrew it.
Yeah.
You pour out what will be known as a metric F-ton of hot sauce onto eggs that were already looked like they were cooked in Satan's butter.
Pretty solid. Yeah, pretty solid.
They were
done.
Yours were loose goose.
They were done.
Mine were done.
Yeah. How do you like yours? Medium? No, I like them well.
No, I like them crisp.
Very well. Yeah. I like them with a crust. Those are scrambled eggs. I don't know how that works.
How were your delicious treats from the bakery?
Okay, so the bakery was okay. It was okay. I will be honest with you. I looked very forward to. It was a cheat day, so I looked very forward to carrot cake.
Oh,
because we've had that before from there.
Well, we didn't have it last year. It was 2 years ago.
Right,
This
but
is 2 years in a row they
I
let us
thought
down.
this is going to happen, and then it did not happen. So,
I wonder if we went closer to Easter last time.
I do want to say that when we were on the trail, I saved many lives by moving precious sticks because for some reason, when you and Williamson start talking, you lose track of where your feet are.
I have drop leg in my right leg. I don't know where my foot lands until it lands.
Okay.
You throwing sticks in front of my foot?
Okay, that was once. Most of the time I was clearing away, but then once when I got a false sense
how
of stability,
suddenly he's like, I need to get someone else on my side.
Yeah. So
Now,
anyway,
I wasn't even there.
yeah.
We started up top. We said I wasn't even there, but someone who might have been me was throwing sticks.
Right. Yeah. It kind of probably looked like me. Good looking dude. Probably had a healthy breakfast afterwards.
I would also like to tell the state of Michigan, bite me. We did not pay your fee.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, that's.
If anyone asked, we paid the fee.
Yeah.
But also we didn't pay your fee.
So in my notes I put in here, Williamson got to witness an he's not kidding moment because that's exactly. Wilson looks at him and goes, "Now you've got to see."
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, he's not kidding.
That's what happened. You said, "Can I do this?" And the waitress kind of looked. I'm like, "Oh, he's not kidding."
Yeah.
he would like an appetizer of biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
That we get to watch him eat.
Here's my clarification. So he looks at her and he's like, "Oh, he's not kidding."
He's not kidding.
Okay. He's not. Look, he's an idiot.
And the joy on Williamson's face when he got to see that this was not a bit we do for the podcast.
No.
This was real life.
This is real life.
This is real life.
This happened.
IRL.
Yeah. But so not only did she burn me when she said, "Hey, you're gonna finish that," so when I got done, and I told her, I go, "Hey, I guess somebody owes me an apology for finishing all my breakfast like that, right?" And she looks at me, she goes, "That was a lot of food."
Oh yeah, and you ate it all.
And I was just like, I don't think that's an apology. I said, and Ted's like, it wasn't.
I was flat out. I was like, it wasn't.
It was not an apology.
Yeah.
I think she doubled down on her initial burn.
Flat out.
So you're gonna eat all that, Tubbo. And oh my God, Tubbo, you ate all that. So yeah, it was a double down.
Hands out the thing, and then we're like, hey, it's a Sunday. Is the bakery open? We looked at the bakery's open because we were kind of waiting for a dessert menu.
Yeah.
Damon stands up. Now the name of the place was Lydia's Kitchen or something like that.
Yeah.
We have not ascertained the name of the waitress.
No,
but we're gonna assume based on her age that she is not Lydia. But Damon stands up and goes, "Excuse me, Lydia." This dessert menu now he's holding up his check. This dessert menu you handed me is just what I already ordered. Now we just doubling up or what's going on? And she's like, well, we can do that.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what's happening right now." Like the look on her face was like, "I am mortified."
So then we get to the front and
I think I went, "Excuse me, Lydia, is it?"
Yeah.
I was very pleasant about
Lydia,
it.
is it?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, she's like, "No,
there
I'm
was
Haley."
I asked what the soup of the day was, and Williamson suddenly, who had to go outside to get his glasses to read the
readers.
menu, is
His
suddenly
readers.
like, it's, this, and cream, chicken and rice.
What a hero.
And I was like, what are you, Johnny Menu? And he's like, no, it's on a sign right behind your head.
He's reading it over his shoulder. Yeah. What a hero. So, but, and then lastly, so we're leaving, and the sign, remember the light says, "Do not touch."
Yeah, the light switches had a sign above them that said, "Do not touch."
Do not touch.
But you mustn't touch.
But when you see that, what do you want to do? You got to touch it, right? So I walk over there and I'm like, "Lydia," like that, and she's like, "Haley." I'm like, "Okay," and I got my finger right by it. Anyway, we did not get thrown out of there. I don't think we'd be going there again. We will definitely be, if we're there on a Sunday again next year,
Somewhere else.
we will go somewhere else.
Oh, we could probably eat at the bakery.
It was pleasant. I have no problem with it. No.
Oh yeah, she was lovely, and it was a great time. It was just.
By the way, our new trail that we found has a special surprise of elderly randiness, elderly lovemaking.
Yeah.
Is that what I called it? The geriatric bang busters.
No,
I think what I called it.
Granny Mudbutt or something.
Yeah, I called it like the granny bang busters. That's what it was. Yeah. Well, no, because I watched like there keep being old people walking from around trees, and I'm like, where did they come from? I mean, it's like they just appeared.
Yeah.
And I'm just like. And then I'm like, there's got to be some kind of weird,
well, that and they were zipping up and pulling up the pens, and
yeah, right. Yeah, but I was like, guys, what just happened here?
Are you sure there just wasn't like a porta potty within walking distance?
No, because that's up front.
That's up front,
and
that's what I'm saying.
I can still smell
maybe,
that. It has been days.
Yeah, no, that was rancid, and they just cleaned it according to what we were told. So, but no, like I said, it was a rather pleasant 5K. Next year, hopefully, we get to do some more of the dunes. I like doing the dunes. It's a challenge. I like doing that. I like the scenery. I like everything about it.
Like I said, you go over the first dune and it kind of sucks. Then you go down, you go back over the second dune, and suddenly the expanse of Lake Michigan is in front of you.
Yeah, the ocean's right there.
And yes, and not the version from the Chicago shore, like the actual, like it literally looks like. Wait, where did I go?
Right.
Did I? Is this the East Coast?
It really is wild. It's like you come out of a parking lot and out of trees, and you're like, where am I at? Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah, suddenly you're on, like the San Diego coast. You're like,
yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. But anyway, I just want to say, and thank you to our sponsor, Kazoo Whisker Crew.
Kazoo Whisker Crew.
Yeah. Figure we throw them out there. So you got anything else fun you want to talk about there?
Well, as of recording this tomorrow, there he is. Pour one out for our boy.
Oh my, he's alive.
Come to the stage, everybody.
He's alive. Yeah.
Jeremiah
was a bullfrog.
Thank you.
Overdressed.
He's over. Yeah. First off, hey, anybody that's not in a Speedo in your place is overdressed. Okay.
We should have bet on it, Mac. There it was.
What was it?
So he walks in. Now, there's another guy in here editing.
Okay.
Mac does not see me sitting here. Opens the door and he's like, God. Opens the door and it's like, the two guys that are coming in here are going to be so pissed at how hot it is in here. No, I'm sitting right here and I go, yeah, it's pretty hot.
Hey, kudos to you. You're losing that much weight. He couldn't even see it.
Well, he come here and he's like, it's probably not that hot to you anymore, Slim.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mr. I had 2 breakfasts on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm pretty warm over here. Okay. Little
and then
toasty.
I corrected myself and I said, and by these guys, I mean Damon.
Yeah. Damon is these guys.
I was like, I'm not really known to bitch. He's like, sometimes you bitch.
Yeah. Welcome to That Checks Out with those guys and Ted. So,
yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought it was just one of their name. A little bit.
So, as of recording, when this comes out, it's coming out, what, Monday?
Yeah.
Moon Day. So if you weren't there 3 days ago, you missed me roasting comedian Just Jeff.
Oh, I gotcha.
At Two Brothers Roundhouse. And also Mike Wiley. Doing a little roast tomorrow.
Nice.
But other than that, I just saw you on Sunday, which
it's really not. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm all Wilsoned out. Yeah.
I did swing through your town yesterday for a little treat.
Really?
Yeah.
And what might that treat be?
I went to Dairy Queen, and I will admit, I went to Dairy Queen. I got a small strawberry sundae because I was very low in calories yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Why not? It's like 200 calories.
Yeah, it's also dairy.
That's what I want to admit. It is now exactly 23 hours later.
No moments?
No moments.
Really?
Not even a whisper of one.
So you think
not even a burp.
So nothing. You think Fat Ted is more?
Well, I'm on new meds and I don't know. One of them, they're like, so we're gonna put you on this med. Just one of the side effects is constipation. I was like, oh, you mean normal me out?
Yeah. Wait a minute. You're gonna balance?
I'll say
balance?
I'll tell you. I don't know if you know this. My native name is Mudbutt.
Yeah.
I am personally keeping Nimodium in business.
That's all right. Single-handedly.
I don't know if you know this. It's because of the way there's something to do with. I don't know if it's meth or one of the drugs. Like you can use it to come down easier or whatever. It's harder to get. Like you used to be able to just go to Sam's and buy it in bulk. You can't do that. Oh, you can't do that anymore. You can only buy it like 16 pills at a time.
Really?
Yeah. It's almost like Sudafed. You don't have to give your name yet because that'd be weird.
Right.
Hi, I need to put myself on the list.
You just gotta show your underwear. Hey, look, this is what happens.
I gotta put myself on the list for the Rhea medicine.
Yeah.
My name is Damon.
Yeah.
Paracchio.
Listen, they call me Mudbutt.
Yeah. My name is Nicole.
Yeah. That's what it is. And then they look at you, you're like, yes, it is. Yeah. You were drinking, and that was awesome.
What sucks is that I'm almost at the end of this. I thought that would last longer.
Yeah.
That's
what she said. I understand. But it's adequate. It's always adequate, just so you guys know it's adequate. All right. I have a dead to me.
Oh.
This is a very odd dead to me, and please don't judge me until I get to the end of it, okay? Because I'm a loving person. The guy who held his daughter's hand at the urinal when I had to piss. Yeah. Did you hear that properly?
No, here's the thing. All those words went into my brain.
Yeah.
My brain knows every one of those words.
Right.
My brain is adamant. It could not have heard that properly.
Yeah.
Say it again.
One more time. The guy who held his daughter's hand at the urinal when I had to piss.
The guy
Yeah.
who held
That's the guy who's dead to me. That guy.
The guy who held his daughter's hand. Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right.
So when I say who's dead to me,
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now
This
the rest
felt
of
like,
it,
this
let
felt
those
like a
words
really
process.
weird game of Clue.
So what it is I walk in the restroom and there's a urinal, right? And then there is a stall, and then there's a handicap stall. Okay. Well, apparently his son is in the stall, so he's running goalie at the door with an open door.
He's two bagging it.
Yeah, so he's running goalie at the door with an open door, right? But he's got his daughter's hand. Now his daughter, apparently, it's better for his daughter to hover outside where there are, I don't know, adult wangs than to be inside the doorway.
Everybody wang chung tonight.
That's what I'm saying, all right? So, in other words, I really had to pee, right? Nope, I don't have to go. Because I get up there and I'm like, he's going to reel her in because he's standing. He could see me walk in.
It's like that scene in Real Genius where it's a Val Kilmer movie. You haven't seen it in a while? R.I.P.
It's a good movie.
But the young guy, Mitch, is standing there and the girl walks in and she's like, "Are you peeing?" "Yeah." "Why aren't you going?" "Is it because I'm standing here?" Maybe.
I
think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
"Oh, that's weird." "Not really.
Yeah.
You're standing right here."
So anyway, I go and I'm thinking, okay, now's when you reel her back and you put her in the stall with you, right? No, man, full lasso, man.
No, man.
She's chained out to run. Okay, she's good to go as far as that chain's gonna let her go. Okay, and I'm going. That's the science behind it. By the way, she's as high as something else that I'm about to use.
She's so high.
Okay, yeah, below me.
Wait.
Yeah, not above me.
No.
Yeah, but
Put your arm out. How far?
huh?
How far?
How far?
Can you touch?
Oh, I could have patted her on the head.
Nope.
Could have patted her on the head.
Nope.
Not even joking.
She's
She's in the splash zone.
She could have patted you in the head.
She's in the splash zone. By the way, that's a felony, and I would go to jail. Okay.
Oh, can we go back in time?
Yeah.
If I could turn back time.
If I had a time machine, wait, would you stop Hitler? No, I would go back to when
I would go
Damon
back and be
decided
like,
not to pee.
I would be like, touch it.
He pushes her. I don't know what I got pushed by. Some guy in a DeLorean came right through the bathroom
It's like
wall.
a Bill and Ted. We're like, remember a garbage can. Remember a garbage can. And then just one falls out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Everybody just push the girl.
Yeah. But no, so like I said, that guy, you're dead to me. Here's the deal. I've had kids where I've had to be in similar situations. You have to choose. You know what I choose? My daughter not seeing another man's private parts
We
exposed.
talked about this, that someone was like, I wish I had like your issue so that you could just have an excuse to leave.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right. I'm not going to get into it because whatever.
Right.
But I was like, I'm damn near 50 years old. If I want to tell someone, hey, I don't want to be here.
Wait, we come up with a new phrase. What is it?
Oh, I don't
Well,
remember.
this sucks.
Oh, yeah. Well, this sucks.
Yeah, we got 3 words.
Yeah.
Why are you leaving?
Hey, what? You just got here. Why are you leaving?
Well, this sucks.
This sucks.
Yeah, this sucks.
So I think I would have been like, bro, this has got to change.
Yeah.
This cannot happen.
I'm not even joking because
Like, hey, sir, first off, whatever your name is, Susie, earmuffs. I have to pee.
Yeah,
Like, I really have to pee. There's no other bathroom. I have to pee. You need to go.
Yeah.
You need just
yeah.
Get out, nerd.
So, yeah. But the thing is I almost, and I'm not positive, I think the handicap one might have been open, and I thought there's so much more real estate in there. Why is that not the choice we made for everybody to go in a stall? You know what I mean? But whatever it was. But anyway, that guy, you know who you are. You're dead to me. Okay. And you know what? Honestly, that's a poor life decision. You should really not be putting anybody's, let alone your own children, in that situation.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that's. Not
it was very frustrating, and I was just like, I cannot believe this is happening. So I will shelter my daughter's eyes from lots of things. Now, by the way, we've learned that my daughter is quite the artist when it comes to drawing said items.
I didn't want to be the one to mention this, but clearly she's seen one.
Yeah, either that or she's very artistic.
Either that or someone described it. She's very good at.
She's like a sketch artist.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
hold that. Slow down.
It was kind of weird. I saw it from an angle around it at a urinal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and one of my hands was being held at the time.
She's like, I drew it, but it was very hard. She was only 3. It's very hard to get the description out of. It's like, I think I know what it looks like. You know,
it looks like a carrot with an Easter egg on the top
if I could use
and a
one
couple
word,
Easter eggs at the bottom.
the little 3-year-old's like, if I used one word, Adequate. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Adequate? It's like, how do you even know that word? You're 3. Yeah.
I just want to say, if I could use one word, the guy in the room said, just remember adequate.
Yeah. The guy told me, wait a minute, were you coached? Were you coached at this at all?
Yeah, it's like Field of Dreams. You just said that.
Adequate.
I think I need to remember adequate.
Yeah, I don't.
I got to tear down this farm field and build an adequate, whatever that means.
Apparently, we got to put up an adequate field. I don't understand. So, all right. So that was my dead to me. All right. And I hope that guy hears. I don't know. He's have to talk to like one of the 6 people that pay attention. Anyway.
Adequate.
Yeah. How about some fun facts?
So far, nothing has been fun. So let's try.
Fun fact number 1. Rome's first odometer in 15 BC dropped pebbles into a container every mile traveled. The device used a chariot wheel connected to a 400-tooth gear.
Based on Rome and what I know about it, I would be surprised it wasn't just pebbles up some dude's butt.
Right, yeah. Stop, squat, there we go.
Ploop, ploop.
But it says the gear counted the distances with remarkable precision. Okay? It says it was documented but Archimedes? Yeah.
Archimedes, yeah.
Archimedes likely invented it 200 years earlier. Archimedes?
Yeah.
Archimedes?
Socrates.
I like the one that says that's close enough. Mediocrities. That's my favorite one. Instead of Socrates, close enough. Mediocrities.
That does check out.
That is really that's my shirt. Okay, so close. Mediocrities. So, but what I find honest. By the way, this takes me back to another thing. Remember we were leaving from our 5K, and I saw like crop circles. It was at an intersection, like, where you had to choose where you're going, like the fork in the road.
Right.
And I'm like, I wonder what that's there for. Wilson shoves it off his feet. He goes, probably somebody saying we already went this way. Now they don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. We're leaving, and I was like, oh, I hope that wasn't like how they were figuring out which way they went.
Yeah, should drop.
As I'm wiping it out of existence.
Should have dropped popcorn. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so anyway, Achilles, the Achilles heel, Archimedes. Is that a bathroom? That'd be a bathroom,
yes,
right? Archimedes? Yeah. So, but can you imagine 15 BC they're dropping pebbles? Now, how would you trace that anyway? You know what you check it with? The same machine. You're like, well, this thing's pretty accurate. It drops in the same spot every time. How would you know? They wouldn't know what a mile was. And weren't they they were in the metric system, right? Because they're losers. They're over there, right? They're in the metric system?
Well, that is an interesting point. They wouldn't be at the metric system yet.
No?
No.
So what would they be at?
Well, it's interesting because most of the stuff that we consider mile and foot and inch are based off like measurements of royals' body parts.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know. I honestly don't know what unit of measure they would have had in ancient Rome.
Wow. Okay. Well, it says that they were every mile traveled. So,
I mean, it might have been. The reason like our roads are like, and the reason like the rockets that took the original like moon landings and stuff, the reason the size they are is because of the size of the chariots in Rome back in the day. Because that translated to the size of the railroads because they used pre-existing stuff, which then translated to the size of the tunnels. And then you had to get stuff through tunnels and over bridges, and that we had to use the size they were, so they couldn't make the rockets fatties because they had to transport them.
Oh, so the rockets couldn't have like a breakfast for itself.
Right. They couldn't order a B&G as an appetizer for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed that, Jerry.
Yeah, especially not a whole order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buck more, Jerry. Buck more. Fiscally, that's responsible.
$8 for a half, $9 for a whole.
It's responsible.
Yeah. That means it is silly not to do it.
Yeah.
Even if you take it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have 2 for here, 2 with wheels.
Yeah.
It's only $1.
They throw it in brown paper bags like, this is going to be messy.
Yeah.
Could you possibly put it in
You did not
else?
pay enough for two halves of a biscuit and a container.
And a container, right?
That's ridiculous.
No containers.
You throw $2 maybe.
So, second fun fact. This one I don't believe, because if I found this, I would never honor it. Pirates wore gold earrings to act as burial insurance.
Oh, so they had something to pay.
Yeah, so if their body washed ashore after drowning in the 1700s, the valuable jewelry would pay for a proper Christian burial instead of ending up in an unmarked grave.
I'm sorry. If I'm another pirate.
Yeah.
No, he didn't have an earring.
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't see one. Did you guys see one? I didn't see one.
Oh, no. I had 4 of these when I left the house.
Yeah. See the one that's looped through the other one?
Yeah.
I've always had a chain of them.
I was going to say, you want to know? That's when they started piercing weird stuff. It's like, listen.
I've always daisy chained them.
I've always had both of my nipples pierced and my eyebrow pierced. Always.
Yeah.
Always. By the way, one other guy died. Would you like to see what else I have pierced?
Right. Well,
So-
hold on. Let me grab my daughter.
Yeah. Hold on, sir. Hold on. We can't do this alone.
Hold on.
So you're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Hold my hand.
But if you were to wash ashore and you're like, wow, look at that. You look at that gold earring. Bloop. And the body stays right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's if I want to touch a dead body. I may not want to.
Yeah.
But if I'm a pirate, you're right. If I'm a pirate, I'll take that right out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll gnaw it out with my teeth. I don't care.
You are like literally killing other people on ships and taking their booty.
Right.
Yet a guy dies and you're like, oh, I got to honor his Christian burial.
Now I got to marry. I got to marry. Now I got to bury this guy. Such a commitment. It's like only if he didn't have any jewelry.
Yeah.
Boop.
You know it's free? Kicking your ass back in the water.
Right, yeah.
Taking this
Next
ring.
guy finds him. This guy didn't have any jewelry on. What happened? But yeah, no, I just thought it was they call it burial insurance. So they would really like wash ashore and somebody be like, you know what? We got to make sure this guy doesn't have a mark. You don't even know his name. Why does it matter? No one's going to visit him. No one knows he's there.
Right.
And you're talking the 1700s. You DNA? Would you have?
Right.
Would you look up? Tell me,
Here lies Mud Butt Pete.
Yeah. Right. Right. He got a strawberry sundae.
Yeah.
Small one.
Small one,
by the
Small
way.
one. Oh, let me tell you this about your Shanahan Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Your DQ. I go in there. I'm the only one. First off, there's 9 people in the drive-thru. There's no one inside. I'm like, is the lobby closed? What? I don't understand. There's a certain point where I look at the drive-thru and go, it's just smarter to go inside.
People just don't want to get out of the car.
Yeah.
They're lazy.
Well, yeah. People that go into Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 7 o'clock on
The steps.
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, they can't
sure.
have the steps.
So I pull in, I go inside. They're like, I'd like a small strawberry sundae. And he's like, okay, makes it. And then suddenly 4 teenagers come in. They're like, oh, man, Bruce, whatever his name is. You still working here? What's going on? What's good here? It's a Dairy Queen.
What's good here? Nothing.
And then you know what he suggests? The chicken strips. I wanted to be like, bruh, it's called Dairy Queen. This is not Chick-fil-A, sir.
Hey.
This isn't even Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
And then so he's going over the menu for first off, it's guy, girl. What's this guy trying to do? Cut in on his action? You know what's really good here? We have hot dogs. You want to see him? Let's go to the bathroom. Bring your daughter.
Yeah, right.
So then they put
callback,
they
everybody.
put my sundae up on this little a paddle that has a hole in it, so I think you can just hand it out.
Yeah.
I think you use them for the drive-through, like you can
Right.
actually hand it out and grab it. But they did it for. He's still talking. I actually watched my sundae go from being really excited to be there to being like, you're an old man. It literally went and sagged over to the side. I'm like, I'm trying to eat that on the way home.
You watch your Sunday be a Monday.
Yeah.
I got you.
I watched my sundae didn't eat his blue pill.
I got you.
To the point where someone in the back who's taking a drink and talking to someone else to drink goes, comes out, grabs it, puts it. Just the sundae? Yeah, thanks. Love the enthusiasm. Tell Bruce here he's not getting any of that.
Right, yeah.
Because the girl's like, do you think I should get a salad to be healthy? You're a Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Pay $48 for the frozen ice cream cake and the thing behind you. Maybe get a dilly bar while you're here. I know Bruce will give you a dilly.
Yeah, I was going to say. And a bar, too.
Yeah.
And a bar.
Ah.
Maybe a bar, too. So, hey, Bruce.
Brought to you by
did Bruce have an earring in? So if he washed up in the canal down there?
No, if he did, I would have been paying. And you know what I'm going to pay for this with, Bruce? I'm going to pay for this earring.
Yeah. You just pluck it out of his ear.
Yeah.
Ow! Out of his nose.
Right.
That was mine. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Now it is. You can cover it.
Yeah.
It'll cover my.
You know what? The girl behind me can get the other one.
Yeah. That's not supposed to be out.
Yeah. Really? A Dairy Queen? It's not.
Not supposed to be out. So, all right. Third fun fact. Bears don't pee or poop while hibernating. Did you know this?
Well, I mean, yeah.
The waste is broken down into proteins used to preserve the muscle and tissue during the long sleep. Listen. How come I can't sleep through the night without having to pee?
I was going to say, though, but do you wake up to pee? I know children and
sometimes.
Children. Oh, gross.
I threw it out there.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if it stuck.
Well, actually, not gross, because hopefully that means that Nicole gets wet.
Right. Nicole sleeps in a canoe.
the canoe whisker crew.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm sleeping in a canoe. Because Damon likes to pee. He likes to drink water before bed.
You are
Do you have a water bed? Kinda.
Well, it's
A little bit.
later on.
Sometimes. So
Sometime around 3.
Yeah.
Come around 3 p.m.
But
3 a.m.
I just think it's great that they can go and take this nap. And then when they get up, they got to do like the Austin Powers cryogenically froze.
Right.
Like they got to pee for like
Well,
a month.
Here's another thing. Scientists went there probably around October.
Yeah.
You poop in here? Okay, cool. Snuck back in January. Oh, still no poop. And then in March came out and watched them do like the massive.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they wouldn't if they used it for muscle building. Maybe that's our secret. Just hold your poop.
Hold your poop.
Hold your poop.
Either that or maybe they're waking up
If he
and
comes,
eating it.
hey Mac, if he comes in ripped next week, we know that he didn't poop.
What do you do? I sleep eat fudge. What? I don't know what you mean.
We didn't make any fudge.
We didn't make any fudge, buddy. Mine had nuts in it. I think that was corn, and I don't think you're supposed to sleep eat fudge. I think that's not supposed to happen. So, but yeah, I just thought it was great that they can sleep that long. I can't make it through the night. I got to get up and pee sometimes. It's like, but I do I'll chug water right before bed too. It's
well,
like, okay,
who's
that's
the
pretty
smart guy now?
Me, of course. I'm you. So hey,
Wait, what?
So Now, my fourth fun fact.
We're putting it in till we touch your brain.
See, that's how smart I am. That's how it happens.
Stupid! You're so
That's Mac.
That whole board is working for this
That's
one.
Mac. That's Mac. I have another bear fun fact.
Oh, all right, please.
When Cambridge, banned dogs, Lord Byron brought a bear to his dorm instead. Calm and leash trained, the bear became the ultimate loophole. First
Well,
off,
you didn't say we couldn't bring bears.
you said no dogs.
Yeah, you said no
It's
dog.
my CNI bear.
Does this look like a dog?
Yeah.
Huh?
You know what's great?
Yeah,
this dog breaks up
This would be
fights.
Damon. It wouldn't even be his bear, but he would just like, does that look like a dog? Huh?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
for sure. Huh?
Huh?
Oh, I
Huh?
would. I
Huh?
would. Just to be honest.
Don't touch it. Huh?
Please do not touch. I'm going to touch that bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch that
I'm
bear.
telling you right now, I am going to touch that bear.
Hey, Damon. Could you tell him I'm not a
The bear
dog?
does the voice.
Could you tell him I'm not a dog?
I just did.
Because I'm a bear.
Yeah.
I'm a bear going to Cambridge. I'm what they call loophole.
A loophole. Yeah.
I'm a loophole, Damon.
And then
Loophole the bear.
it says because no rule said he couldn't. And it says, with that bold move, the poet left more than a literacy legacy. He left a bear-sized mark on student rebellion and campus, and he's a campus legend. Listen, I don't care what kind of badass you are or what you do. Okay, if you're the star football player, that's great. If you're the chess king that just has a bear that lives in your room, you are now the baddest man on campus. Because come and tell me I'm not.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because old Smokey, he don't like
Yeah.
when you talk to me with an attitude.
I don't like it when you talk to my friend that way. I just talk this way, but I'll eat your face off because I'm a bear.
I was going to say, I'm Loophole. These are the offended bear. You know,
I'm a loophole, the face-eating bear.
Yeah.
And if I sleep right afterwards, I won't even poop
I
out
won't
your
even poop.
face.
That's why he gets to stay there.
Your face will become my abs. I will become ripped off your face.
Can you imagine, though? You know what he does? It's for the summer. He's got it backwards. So the bear hibernates in his dorm room in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, listen, bro. I'm not going to be here all summer, okay? Because I got shit to do, okay?
Actually, I don't. I'll see you next summer because by then, that's when I'll poop.
But then what's funny is they show back up and they're like, okay, weird thing. They don't hibernate in the summer.
Yeah.
This thing's been pissed off
Yeah.
all summer. Everybody's
Yeah,
dead.
he went from, hi, Damon, to,
Every groundskeeper's missing. You know what I mean? Grass in the bushes. They're a mile high. It's like, what happened? I don't know where everybody is. It's like a ghost town around here, you know, and it smells like bear shit. Do they really they
Yeah.
crap when they're hibernating?
yeah. Do they in the dorm?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, does a bear shit in the dorm?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, it's Cajun. Yeah. You know,
Does the new Pope eat deep dish? Maybe.
it's kind of like, hey, by the way, they got a new pope, don't they?
From Chicago.
Yeah, from Chicago.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I want because my feed is a lot of comedians. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best ones was from my buddy Cam, who said we don't call it. Oh yeah, some people might call it the new soda, but we call it Pope. In Chicago. I was like, oh, that's good. That's a good.
Yeah,
one.
that's pretty good.
That was one of the original ones. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Because a lot of them were like, you know,
they're remanufactured.
yeah, like, oh, how upset are people going to say that the new Pope is from Chicago? You find out is really from Naperville. One of those. Yeah.
Yeah. You mean a suburb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A suburb.
Right. So honestly, I don't care what kind of you are a legend immediately.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, but you have to realize, like you know, you walk up and you're like, boy, I really like that
Yeah.
girl, and the bear's like, which girl?
Which girl? I'll get it.
Okay. So, well, she's with that guy. Okay. Give me 2 minutes.
Hello?
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes. You just hear screaming, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden everybody's quiet, and you look over, the bear's all bloody.
Oh, you just see knees down.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey, she's available,
Oh, buddy.
and she's on the rebound.
I said that girl.
Yeah. my bad.
My bad.
My
Just
bad.
Totally like picking his teeth with a finger. My bad. Still hungry though. We're good.
Yeah. I could eat. You
Yeah.
know?
I like how I mimed picking my teeth with a finger on an audio only podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. But you ask the bear, you're like, oh, it's too bad. So you're probably full. I could eat.
No, I can eat.
I can eat.
That was
Yeah, what
that was an appetizer.
What are we having?
Yeah, it was only $1
He looks
more.
over. He's over. He's like, you mean the Asian kid? Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I can eat.
It's only $1 more.
I can eat. It's only $1 more. You want me to eat all of them? Or you want me to eat half of them?
Yeah.
Half order. Half order's $8.
Half orders, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. For $1 more, I'll eat the whole guy. I'll eat him. All right. I got a butt why. And the
Let's see. Let's do it.
I knew it's not
Yeah,
going to be right. Yeah.
Nope.
You know why I'm not disappointed? Because that's what I expected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lowered expectations. Oh, we did. We got the same time.
That's what I'm saying.
Same time.
Lowered expectations. All right. So, yeah. Somebody gets it over there. Yeah.
Hit it again.
No, that's worse.
Nope. Put
That's
it back.
haunting my dreams.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Stop touching
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Stop touching stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna in my nightmares.
Yeah.
But why?
That's what the bear sounds like.
Yeah.
Go eat that guy. But why?
I've got something for you. Yeah, is it Eagle
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah,
Did Eagle Man make
I'm
that?
already full.
Also, why is Eagle Man laying eggs?
Yeah, it's weird.
Right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
he's a
So,
man.
yes, your butt
Yeah.
why?
All right.
Oh.
It's cloaca.
You don't lay
You
eggs
know
in
it's
your
a
butthole.
cloaca. Get out of here.
Are we gonna have to? Okay, we're gonna have to give you a lesson. All right, we don't.
Yeah, like this guy doesn't know birds.
yeah,
He had two birds birding while he was doing a video that one time.
that's right. They were.
They were birding it out.
Yeah, they were burden. Yeah,
Look at the bird show. Check out the bird show. All right, your butt why?
it was very adequate. All right, this is to me, it's a major butt why. Now I don't fly anyway, so it's fine. But airline is running surprise flights with unknown destination. Passengers only find out when they land. Would you pay?
Yeah, no, I think that's how people get to El Salvador.
yeah. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Where am I?
This didn't pan out.
Yeah. Hey, is there a true story? And you probably know this. I think you might even said it on here before. A guy that painted the wrong name on the top of his house or his barn.
Oh yeah. It's like Welcome to Cleveland or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's,
So
but
people
it's
like
Detroit.
freak
but it's
out.
like Detroit. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you do that, I can't. Like, I remember I flew back somewhere and people are looking out. They're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Wright Field, Comiskey Park, whatever."
Right.
Well, I thought there was Wrigley Field in Chicago. Well, yeah, that's the one way up there. There's two of them. There's two of them here. What's that? Well, that's the Prudential Building. Oh, what's that? The Sears Tower. Like, I don't want to be your guide.
Yeah, you know what would be great if I was on that plane?
Yeah.
First off, I'd be dead
Yeah.
because I would have already had a heart attack. But second off, I'd have been like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
never
but
go
it's
to the
literally
city.
like Welcome to Pittsburgh or Welcome to Cleveland, and it's,
Yeah, and it's in the wrong
Columbus or
town.
Detroit. Yeah, it's
So
like,
it's a joke.
oh yeah, he did it on purpose because he lived right by the airport. He's like, this would be funny. Which, for
Hey,
sure,
now that
for
guy,
sure.
listen, whether he had a bear or not in his dorm, that guy's
If
a
I
legend.
lived anywhere near the airport,
Legend.
that would be all over me.
Yeah, legend.
Like I would put, if I lived by O'Hare, I'd put, MDW because that's Midway.
yeah,
I
either
would be
that
like,
or
wait a minute, oh no.
Yeah.
Now that did happen. Apparently, my mom bought some cheap tickets once and flew out of O'Hare, but landed at Midway. But didn't realize that until she landed.
Yeah.
So my dad's waiting for her at O'Hare, and my dad was not a speedy driver. I was like, Mom, you probably could have walked home.
yeah.
By the time it took him to
Right.
get from O'Hare to Midway
Right.
back in the day.
Just so you know, you could have been home already.
Yeah.
So we're
Which
still.
also,
on
I
the
don't know if I told the story in here. There was one time we went down to the Willis Tower, which will forever be the
what you
Sears-
talking about,
the
Willis
Sears
Tower?
Yeah. And it was my mom and my two children, and we got down there in the road that because this was MapQuest days. Like that's how long ago this was. It wasn't GPS. It was-
Gotcha. Yeah, you print it out and you
we
read
got down there and that road was closed, and I turned to my mom like, if this is Dad, we would have turned around.
Yeah.
And we were like in the shadow of the tower, like we were right there.
Right.
And he would have been like, nope, no, we're going out.
Yeah.
Where I just was like, this is on a grid. We just go down 2 more streets and we'll be back to where we need to go and then back around. I figured it out, but I swear he would have been like, we used to drive to Branson because we had Branson money.
Yeah.
I thought that drive was X amount of hours. It turns out it's only Y amount of hours because if you drive through St. Louis instead of around it, you can cut off 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But my dad was refused to drive through. The first time after he passed, I drove my mom down there and I was like, you know what? Hey, Mom, I'm just going to drive through St. Louis. I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
Drove through, got to the other side and went, are you kidding me?
Yeah. You're talking 3 hours round trip
Right. Yeah.
every
Yeah.
year.
Hey, Gilligan, maybe if we wouldn't have taken
Yeah.
this, we could have gotten off the island.
Yeah, the skipper doesn't know what's going on over here.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
we just got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, so many hours I spent circumventing this stupid 3-mile stretch.
By the way,
Hey, if you go 95 miles out of your way.
I bet you had a TV on your phone back then too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what it was called? It was called the window.
It was window, yeah.
To the window.
Yeah. Or to the wall.
Wall.
Either way, you're in a van.
Yeah.
Either way, you can look at the wall.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. But no, I just thought this is weird. So you go and you buy a ticket and you go, I don't know where I'm going to land. Okay. Now, you know what's great?
Now, it's got
Is
to
they
be.
get you one bag. You can only pack one bag. What am I packing?
Right.
Am I packing winter clothes? Am I packing summer clothes? What am I packing? Do I need skis? What do I got to have?
Yeah. I mean,
know?
and it's got to be domestic. It's not like you can just walk up and like, papers, please.
Yeah.
I didn't get a visa.
I didn't know I was leaving the country.
I didn't even bring a passport.
I'm in a Turkish prison. I don't even understand. How did this happen?
If you have papers, we lock you up. Oh no! Thanks, Frontier.
Yeah.
And your unknown destination. Yeah, you're right. You pack for Miami, and
Yeah.
suddenly you're in like Butte, Montana, and you're like,
Surprise. In winter. You know? Yeah. You know what's weird though? Is they go, hey, pack accordingly. We're going skiing. And you're like, all right.
water skiing.
And you you got all this winter clothes. You're going water skiing.
No, what they don't tell you is that the airport then has like a kiosk right outside of the clothes you needed to buy.
Oh, yeah. Where they're grossly overpriced.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's negative 40 below outside. Here's some winter gear.
I will say though, like,
$8,000. Yeah, $8,000.
yeah. But my flight was only $29.
Hey.
That's because you didn't know where you're going. It's a
Free-
surprise.
$8,000 to freeze your balls off.
Yeah.
Those are your choices.
It's up to you. Hey, if you want to water ski in a snowsuit, feel free. Go
Gotta
ahead.
be honest with you, don't need my balls anymore. So
Yeah, I was going to say, have at it. But no,
do your worst.
like I do like when we go to like Disney at weird times of like, it's cold here and we're in Florida and you go to like those, they have souvenir shops everywhere. So you go there and like the shorts are like $5. You're like, I can't buy shorts at home today. So, which you can from Amazon. You can always buy shorts. I get it. But in reality, you're like, oh, and then I need a shirt that looks like it came from Disney, but it says Florida on it instead of Disney.
It says,
how much is that?
It says Phil right on it.
That's $4. Oh, but if you buy 7 of them, you get them for a nickel. It's like,
Right.
well, I guess I need 7 of them.
But you also get Hep C.
Yeah. By the way, here's a beach towel, but please, it's made out of paper mache. Don't use it to dry off, and don't put it on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what Nicole would put on her toilet roll.
Yeah. This is highly flammable. You should never, ever, ever rub this against your
Didn't
body.
it smell kerosene?
Yeah. So weird. Yeah. Wipe my ass with it. Yeah, for sure. So, but anyway, I just thought that was kind of weird. It's running a surprise with flights with unknown destinations. Passengers only find out when they land.
I would do it.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they get you too. They're like, you better pack everything you own. Now, I have a TCO WTF with TED.
TCO WTF with TED. Wait,
Now,
that's me.
Yeah, here's the deal. I'm going to hand this to you. Do not process. You just you
Now,
open your
it's
mouth and you
interesting.
talk.
We had a meeting today at work.
Yeah.
Where it was, hey, we got 38 items on our list.
Yeah.
If it still needs to be on the list, yes. If it doesn't have to be on the list, no. That way we can just parse through these.
Right.
First one, does it need to be on the list? Well, I think yes or no.
Yeah, you missed that.
Immediately was like, well, this is why I think. No one asked that.
Yeah.
No one cares about your opinion right now. We'll care about your opinion when we get to 38. We go back to the top of the list, whatever the top of the list is. So
Right.
that's basically what you're asking me to do. You're asking me, don't think. Oh, that was another thing where at the end of the meeting, were your expectations met?
Yes or no?
What grade would you give us?
Yeah.
And I don't remember what the third question is. Let's just say, how do you feel? That's
Right.
what it was. How do you feel about the meeting? Everyone else, well, I think I would give us this because, and they're like, Ted, yes, 7, fine. And like, a couple people looked at me, and the
Directions.
Yeah, the person running the meeting went, good job, thank you. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what you
Directions.
said to do.
It's easy. So
So you're basically saying to that. Just
yeah.
don't-
But before we get to this,
Okay.
now you bring. So my son had his first team meeting via like Skype. Okay, for going to college playing football. Right, his first team meeting. So he goes in. There's 38 freshmen in the room. Okay, that are in this Skype room. And the coaches are talking. They have everybody else muted, which for good reason.
Oh, for
you
sure.
you know when you have a meeting like that, you cannot let people mute and unmute themselves. First off, you will
First
hear
off-
things
yeah,
you don't want to
also,
hear.
because you'd be like, hey, that's no. The answer to that is yes. 2 seconds later. What an idiot!
Yeah.
Why is it?
Right.
You're not on mute. You're not. Oh, I was talking to the other idiot, not you.
So this was the thing. So we started. Now I didn't realize out of the 38 people, my son is one of 4 people that's like doesn't have a black screen showing his face, which I think is good. That's how you should do a meeting anyway, right? You with your teammates, you should have your face on there.
Yeah, the last meeting I did virtually, I was on the treadmill. I think it gave people vertigo because it's
Yeah.
just me like,
You're moving. Yeah, you're like, is this guy dizzy?
What's wrong with that guy?
But my point is, so I'm listening, but of course he's in the screen and he's muted, and so they go, now if there's any questions, just raise your hand, or you can hit a button that'll be like
Oh yeah, flag.
for the chat, right? So you're gonna, that's like raising your hand. So anyway, they get a question about something. They're going through something, and really it's just about, hey, this is when we're checking in. These are some save the dates, so be ready, all that stuff like that. So they're getting these questions, and they're like, oh yes, we have a question, okay, and then it takes them a second to unmute that guy's mic, right? He asks this question, and believe it or not,
I'm walking on air.
yeah, but it was a, hey, so when it comes to the uniform, they were never talking about uniform. Not once.
Yeah,
Not once, okay?
I know those people.
Not once. But anyway, so he asked, and so then the coach, which I love, because first of all, I love these coaches, so does Chuck. These coaches are phenomenal. But the coach he says, here's the deal. He goes, listen, I'm not going to tell you what you have to wear. We do have like certain colors and stuff. We do, of course, team colors. But he says, if you run fast in Reebok, wear Reebok. If you run fast in Adidas, wear Adidas.
I like that answer.
You do it. He goes, whatever makes you feel best about you, do it. So he says, hand to God.
Next question. Can I wear?
Yes. Next question. So when it comes to wearing for a helmet, and it's like, okay, first, we're not talking about gear at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I look at Chuck. Now, mind you, he's muted, okay? But I have to remember that they can see his face. So I tell him, I go, the guy should ask, what position do you play when you don't know how to follow directions?
Yes.
That should be, coach, what position am I qualified for when I can't listen or follow directions? Okay? Because that's what I'm demonstrating right now, meeting number 1. By the way, you can't see my face because I'm too much of a scumbag, like Mac, to want to put my face out there.
I mean, to be fair, all we can see is a black screen.
I can't see nothing. Right, I can just see a black screen.
see
And
black
it's a poorly ironed black screen. But but my point is, that was nice.
There's one that is
that scrim is nice.
gorgeous right here. One
Yeah.
that still looks like old balls.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just bad old man balls. But I just laugh because that's what you're getting in these meetings. So when you say that, it's like, hey, and to ask the same question, just you reworded it and changed an item.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just go. Hey, now as a parent, I'm just going. It's dragging out a little bit then, and for the coaches too, they're probably like, come on, guys, but they can't say that,
Yeah.
But and then it got over. But I just told him, I go, hey, and he goes, they're asking questions. He goes, whatever. He goes, I didn't have any questions. He goes, I didn't want to prolong. And he goes, I didn't have anything like, if they give you a date and they do this, they were very thorough about what they gave you. Because here's the deal. He's going to the next level. Okay. They've done this before. They'll do it again after he's been there. So they're not, this is a well thought out plan.
Right.
And you know what? They really don't care what you wear on your feet or on your
we're
shoulders. They don't care.
We're going to circle back to whether it's on the agenda. I don't see that on the agenda. Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. Yes. You know what's weird? First time you paid attention. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you can pay attention.
Yeah. So
All right,
we've determined you can.
So we're back to
Yeah. You're going to take this and you're just going to start reading.
start reading.
You're going to start reading.
Slide it over.
Okay. You ready? Start reading.
Burglar sues homeowner after being raped by German shepherds while stuck in house's pet door.
That's a real thing.
I don't like that you made me say the grape word.
Oh, I understand.
You could have warned me about that.
Oh.
Burglar sues homeowner after being graped by
Yeah.
German shepherds while stuck in house's pet door.
Okay,
Also,
so-
there is a picture. I don't know if it's the actual guy. There's a picture that he looks very upset. And not like anger upset, like
Right.
very violated.
But it's like, hey, when did you snap that picture? Could
Yeah.
you give him a couple of minutes
and
to
then
regroup
what's
himself?
more disturbing, there's a picture of two very happy looking German
yeah,
shepherds.
like we did that. Yeah.
We get a treat?
Yeah.
Treat?
See you tomorrow, big guy. Yeah.
Now I assume now here's the thing. Was the burglar leaving?
Oh,
Because if he's leaving, that explains why his butt's in the door
right.
towards the dogs.
Right.
Otherwise, did the guy
If
walk
he's coming in.
Did
He's
the guy
seeking
walk
shelter.
up and be like, I think the guy's trying to break in my house. Go get him.
You know what's weird? So
Sick him. I said sick.
I just played one of our old episodes the other day where we said
Someone should.
somebody was a bit rapey. That's the word we used. Remember? It was a whole thing
Did
we went through.
That's,
and it was
that's unfortunate.
Yes,
that didn't age well.
yeah, it did not. But that was,
That's unfortunate.
but anyway, we went through that and we called somebody just a wee bit.
oh,
and that, right?
I do remember that.
Right. So anyway,
Just everyone knows I don't remember anything.
So-
if you go up to me and say, "Do you remember this episode?" Chances are no.
just so everybody knows too, we were not in Michigan over the weekend. So just so everybody knows.
Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
anyway,
And we were not a wee bit burial.
yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
But my point is if these shepherds were just a wee bit, and this guy's like running, he's like, I got to go in their house just to get away from. He's like, I climbed a fence. You're not gonna believe this. I had to get in the house to get
Yeah.
away from them. And they're
Yeah.
like, aha. But yeah, you're right. If he's
Now,
exiting
so if he's exiting,
and they're entering, that's legit.
well, if he's exiting and they're in the house
Yeah.
and they chase him to that door and he's trying to get out.
Yeah.
So now that makes sense how he got stuck.
Right.
But what were they doing the whole time? Like, hey, that doesn't make sense because he's been in the house. They're like, just wait, he's got to get back out.
They look at the other one. They're like,
One of them is literally picking up his paw and putting it on the other one's like,
whoa,
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 whoop,
whoa,
whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
just wait, just wait.
Hey, just so you know, I put a frame in that thing. It's 3 inches shorter.
Yeah.
He does not know that. But when he gets in, it's go time.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna woo woo real loud. Okay, he's gonna run and dive in that door. When he gets stuck, I get dips. Okay, then
Yeah.
then you.
I put the effort in.
Yeah, I did the woo woo. Okay, so you got to woo woo
Woo, woo,
like
woo.
that. He gets woof like that, and the guy goes and he flips out. He flips out and he dives through there, and then the first dog goes, all right, and that's just how it goes.
All right.
That's how it goes. Giggity. But yeah, you're right. It is funny that they show this kid that looks like he's weeping. It's
Yeah.
like if you show up to the crime scene, like you're
Yeah.
not supposed to show up and take a picture of the body on the ground.
He looks like an 18-year-old that accidentally dropped his Dairy Queen sundae.
He really does.
He looks very sad.
Yeah, his strawberry sundae.
Strawberry
Just
sundae.
small.
Small.
It's probably small.
Small.
It's probably
I mean, I was under my calories.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cheat
well,
day.
they recommended the chicken tenders.
Here's what I figured.
Yeah.
I was under my calories, and it might possibly clean some stuff out.
Win-win.
Well, except it wasn't. It was a wind push,
Yeah.
but I didn't push.
What are you doing? Well, I'm under my calories and I'm trying to clear out the crawl space.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah,
So.
I'm under my calories. Let's see if we get a few more of them.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we're heading out.
Yeah. But and if you're the homeowner, now you're getting sued because your dogs are just a wee bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, ooh.
Yeah, what is Perry Mason going to do? Prove that he trained the dogs to do that?
Right. Like these guys have been waiting. They've been trained for this forever.
Yeah.
Forever. So he purposefully
he sticks dummies in pet doors.
That's what it is.
And court. Yeah, Your Honor, I'd like to have a little leeway with the courtroom, please. And he just wheels in doors with dummies.
The dogs start flipping out.
Well, one of them flips out. The other one's like, ho. Wait for the high sign.
Let me woof it.
Whoop, whoop.
Can I get a whoop whoop? Up in here? Come on.
To the whoop whoop. To the whoop.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Call back.
Yeah. I'm just saying. That is so classic when it's like, and they're German Shepherds.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're great dogs. I mean, they're
I
totally
like immediately
trainable.
Damon's like, just so you know, these dogs are wonderful.
Yeah.
Also, don't get stuck in a door at my house. Just say. I'm just saying.
Listen, I don't care what level of grapey these dogs are.
Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. Okay.
I don't care what level of Welches these guys are.
Yeah. If I got one in a leash at the urinal, I'm going to pull him back in the stall.
Yeah.
My son's going to the bath. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Let's do a strange story.
Strange story.
When I read this title, you're going to get it immediately, but I'm sure there's a lot more to it.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Climber rescued twice from Mount Fuji because he climbed back for his cell phone. Okay. Now, we've talked about guys that have been rescued.
Yeah.
But imagine going
Now-
back.
Was he like chopper lifted out?
Loophole, the offended bear.
Loophole defended bear. Hi everybody, I'm Loophole. That's a good one, Jay.
He looks pissed off.
That one needs to go on sale right now.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. That might end up on a t-shirt. That's pretty solid. So, on April 27th, a 27-year-old man. That makes sense why he went back for his phone. Because if this was you or me, we'd be like, I'm probably due for an upgrade anyway.
Yeah.
It's all solid. Okay?
I don't have the contract.
So it says, on April 27th, a 27-year-old man set out to climb Mount Fuji.
Which I can see from here.
It's 12,000. Oh, at 12,389 feet high, the mountain is as challenging as it is iconic. At first, the man was going fine and climbed to an elevation of more than 9,800 feet. That's pretty tall, man.
Yeah.
That's almost
Now,
2 miles.
What I
Almost.
want to know, I know you were still reading it, but I just got to get this thought out. Did he get to the part where he got stuck the first time and been like, okay, just don't do the off fiddlesticks?
Only he didn't say fiddlesticks.
Yeah. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Only he hadn't said.
Only I hadn't
fiddlesticks.
said fudge.
Yeah. So it says, unfortunately, at that point, the mountain started to get the best of him, as it does probably with everyone.
Yeah. You know what? It's not going to get me twice.
Yeah. Fool me twice. Shame on me.
Yeah.
Wait, I think that's shame at what? Huh? But it says he started feeling ill due to altitude sickness. Now, that's probably a real thing, right? I know football players, like when they go to Denver and stuff to play football, like they really get sick.
We went to Estes Park. There's a YMCA camp there for a family reunion.
Yeah.
And literally, like the place we had to go, like it was an all included. So like the meals were at the bunk. We had a hotel, but then the meals were at the cafeteria thing.
Right.
You had to go up to get it.
Okay.
Like up, and it literally like because this is back when like my kids are like, oh, you know what? Both of us can fit on dad. No, I mean physically yes,
Yeah.
but lung wise, my lungs were like, we're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a thing.
So, but it said which was caused by falling oxygen levels in the blood. He wanted to turn back, but somehow managed to lose his crampons.
Those are the things for the thing you use to climb. Your
Oh, okay.
Your climbing
All right.
tools.
I thought it was like a play on,
Crampon.
yeah, I thought it was a play on tampons. I thought
Yeah.
they were like making fun of the guy.
Well, yeah, you probably have cramps at the same time. They probably could. They're probably like the tampon people were like, crampons already taken? But it's so perfect for what we have.
Yeah.
Just throw a T in there.
Just put it in. It's fine.
But
But
it's because it's kind of like a tea bag, right?
it says those are spiked attachments fixed at the bottom of climbing boots.
Yeah.
Okay. Figured it out. Now I know. With this gear gone and feeling sick, the man had no option but to call for help. Okay. So he had his phone at that time. Okay. Now we have discovered you had your phone to call for help. Okay. The man recovered in the hospital for a couple days after being discharged. At that point, he was uncomfortable, or he had an uncomfortable realization. He couldn't find his phone. The last time he had used it had been up on Mount Fuji.
Where was the last place?
Yeah.
Oh no, fiddlesticks.
That was where the phone had to be still. Well, he sure wasn't about to buy a new phone. Okay, listen, this is where I'm lost because 27 years old. Go get a new phone.
Yeah, that is true. But you got to remember, this is not the United States, so his hospital bill is probably free. Because here it'd been like, ooh, well, I'm destitute.
Right? Yeah.
I've got to go get that phone.
The good news is collections can't call if you don't have a phone.
Or I've got to go get that phone. I can't afford a new phone.
I can't afford a new phone.
This guy probably paid $8 for his hospital stay.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta get that phone.
Yeah. So the man set up the mountain again 4 days later. Okay, you just recovered.
Not only did they set him down on the ground, he walked back up. He went to a hospital and recovered.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think now that I've got the super serum, now that I'm Captain America, I can probably just jaunt up this mountain.
Surprisingly, he made good progress, quickly advancing back to 9,800 feet. That number sound familiar?
Hey.
And then came down with the altitude sickness again. That was the word.
You know what? This feels familiar.
Can I tell you something? You know what he doesn't have this time to call?
His phone.
You don't have a phone. Now, if you made it to 9,800 feet and you took the same path, you should be right about where your phone is.
I've got to get to that phone.
Another mountain climber discovered the sick man and alerted the authorities. With that...
Wait.
Yeah.
Do you need help? Drag me to my phone.
Yeah.
It's right over there.
I can see it.
See it? It's right.
See it.
Like literally, he has find my phone on his watch, and it's like, we're right here, bro. Bro.
Yeah.
2 feet.
I'm waving to you.
2 steps.
Yeah. Boop.
Do you see me flashing?
Woot woot.
Yeah.
You give them a woot. You just give me a woot.
To the mountain. To the peak.
But it says with that, the helicopter picked him up once again and took him back to the hospital. He's right there.
Yeah.
He's like, oh boy. Here's the deal. You know how expensive a helicopter ride
he
is?
gets in and he's like, hey, Carl. How'd your weekend go?
What's the old billing vol? I thought you said you didn't want to come back out here again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you never to call me here.
Yeah. So it says, we wish we could hear conversations. He surely had the second trip down the mountain. You're right, because you know it's the same pilot or two. There's only so many pilots that fly rescue missions off Mount Fuji. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like me. The pilot sounded like me driving through St. Louis. Are you kidding me?
You got to be kidding me. You know what's weird? He gets out, he steps on the guy's phone, loads him in the thing, and goes, no, I'm not picking up that phone.
No. He loads him. He's like, do you have all of your belongings?
Yeah. Well, my phone's right over there. I heard yes.
So here's the problem, guys. I bought the ticket. I didn't know where I was going to end up. Ended up in the hospital. I figured, let's try it again.
Yeah, weird.
I didn't know my destination. I packed the wrong stuff. I didn't pack hospital stuff.
Or crampons.
Yeah. I packed all-inclusive Sandals Beach Resort.
Right. Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Also, how do you guys flying up here? Isn't it a little hard to breathe? I got way up here and suddenly it was like,
So it says, as if this whole incident wasn't bad enough, it gets worse. The man wasn't supposed to be on Mount Fuji in the first place because all the trails up to the mountain are currently officially closed. Dude, twice in 4 days, you've been in a prohibited area and got a helicopter ride home?
He steps over. This isn't for me.
Yeah. That's not supposed to be out.
Yeah, I'm just going to say.
That's not supposed to be out. So.
And this is Japan, where people usually follow. Like, I read a story.
The rules.
This woman, moved to Japan. She moved to Japan. She was on a deserted street. There's no one on it. She goes to jaywalk. She's pushing a stroller. Some guy in a full suit shows up out of nowhere and goes, you know what? The downfall of society starts with one individual. And then he just walks away.
No way.
She was jaywalking on a deserted street.
Yeah. Well, the guy did jaywalk to tell her that.
Yeah. Well, no, he probably did the L.
Yeah, crossed out.
Please wait.
Hold on. I am fixing a problem we're about to have in society. But it says, however, despite its seemingly harmless looks from afar, it's a very challenging climb. Listen, any mountain.
He knew that. He was just there.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my God, I had no idea. 4 days ago, this was tough. I thought I was better by now.
Yeah.
You know what? In the hospital, I didn't poop. I thought I'd be ripped.
That's why I really thought.
told her that I'd be all muscle.
I ate so much fudge on this mountain. I thought for
So
sure I
much muscle.
was going to be toned. I really did. But that's why the Japanese government shuts the mountain down from September to July. There are only 2 months in the climbing season. Outside of that, you're not supposed to be up there. Okay? If you try to brave it in the off season, you risk getting stranded on the mountainside. Twice. Okay?
Hey, you know what? You shouldn't climb this mountain, Johnny. I got stuck in this mountain, Johnny. Once.
Following his double attempt, the police reiterated their advice. They reiterated their advice.
Yeah.
Their advice.
Hey, guy. Probably don't do it again.
Yeah, let's not.
That was super spency. There was an actual emergency we didn't have a helicopter for. Couldn't save half those kids from the bus. It went over the bridge. Whoops. Fiddlesticks.
What's weird is now they just have 2 German Shepherds at the bottom going,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, wait.
Yeah. Hey, you can climb the mountain. You got to
You
go
gotta
through
get
this dog
doggy
door.
Where can they find us, Dad?
You can find us at the top of any mountain you want to go to at thatchecksout.net. That
I knew
checks
where
out
you're going.
WDC, all the socials. Don't forget, we do have merch. We love to hear from you. Write us. Call us. Do whatever you want. Don't call us. We don't have our phone number anymore.
Yeah.
Email us, text us, put us in your social media. Reach out to us. Come on down to Audio High Podcasting. You can use a single chair to do a podcast set up right now. It's kind of weird. We're not talking about it. We podcast from a table. Brian is the proprietor and the audio producer of this show. Jerry's here all the time. He is here today. He is alive, everybody. Update. Jerry is
Pour
alive.
Pour one in.
He is our visual expert. Executive produced by Damon and Zed. We'll catch you next time.
Casey Whisper Crew, thank you.